Ladies, at what point did we start believing that turning around, giving a 360 to a stranger or to a man as if we are product or services for us to be chosen is a price we have to pay to find love? How did we get to this point? Where is that pride of a woman? If you walk into a place and find your daughter giving a 360 to a stranger, showcasing what she have or what she believes she got, just for a man to choose her and find her worthy. If you find her in that situation, will you be proud of her as a daughter? What have become of us? Where is our self-value? Where is our pride as a woman? Where is that thing that made us an exceptional woman? Where is it? I need you to think about it. Hello, I remain your girl Fidelia, and I want to believe you are staying safe and, of course, staying out of trouble. So, you know what? Today I have come to have an amazing topic. This very topic have been like a disturbance to me. It has been in my mind for so long. I do want to have this discussion because I cannot keep it anymore. And I really do want to talk to my fellow women when it comes to this very discussion. I want to start by saying that women are special creation from God. God specifically created women and make us an exceptional woman. Every woman is a nation. Every woman is a home builder. Every woman is a prize that a man needs. Every woman is a special gift that every man needs when you find your right woman. Every woman is a key to success if you find the right one that is meant for you. Every woman is lovable. Every woman is a nation builder, and every woman is a mother and a future mother to be. But today, I have seen women being disrespected in so many ways. And I have also seen we women choosing to disrespect ourselves in so many manners, pattern, and form. And I have come today to have this discussion, which I believe should make a turnaround in the things that I'm seeing today on social media. I disagree if you want to tell me that matchmaking as a way or form to find a relationship only have to do with Gen Zs. No. I have seen Millennium doing that. I have seen some of Gen S doing that. But most especially, Gen Zs are the one that will do it and go out of the box doing it, right? But let's get into this topic because this really needs to be discussed. Women need to know their place and who they are. Women need to know what they carry, and women need to know their value. And women need to understand that they are to be found by men and not the other way around. Let's not be desperate. Let's not be so much in a hurry that we would step into a wrong place where we are not being loved or being valued. Finding love on social media is good, perfect, and absolutely beautiful. I have seen people that found themselves on social media, but not you showcasing yourself as if you are product or services just for a man to find you. Women, we are bigger than this. We are bigger and more valuable than this. I beg you. We need to change this plan. We need to change this pattern. I stand to say that if I have to stand up, turn around, give a 360 degrees, and be inspected like a product before you can decide or choose if I want a conversation, oh my God. And I take an exception to that because it is very, very disrespectful to the value of a woman because this is being seen or considered for men to confuse attention with self-value. And to be honest with you, I believe that anything that worth doing, worth doing well, right? We as women, mothers, ladies, single mothers, I do believe that we want to see the replicant of who we are if we are really the real role model or figure that we want or anticipated to be in life. I really do believe that we want to see our daughters become the best version of themselves, even become more better than us, right? So I want to stand by asking that if you're stepping into a matchmaking box or into an environment and see your daughter giving a 360 to a man or a stranger who is sitting like the king of kings and observing your daughter giving a 360 just to decide or determine if your daughter worth talking to or if your daughter worth starting a conversation with. If you see that as a mother and you did not consider it as disrespectful, demeaning, or even devaluing your daughter, then I think you really have a long way to go. That is my own opinion. I do not know what this generation or this world is turning into, but I believe that the way I was raised, I wasn't raised wrongly after all. Yes, things are changing. The world is going global. Things are, the AI generation, things are really changing. But do we really have to fast forward it to change in the wrong direction? Women, we need to retract our step. We need to start making amends and making a whole lot of correction. We are going, grooming the children, the daughters, in the wrong direction. We need to sit them down and talk. I want to start by saying this. The desire for love is natural. There is nothing wrong with wanting a companion. No, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with wanting marriage or finding someone that is compatible with you to either be in a relationship with or get married to. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with finding a life partner by different means or so many means or even on social media. I need you to understand where I am coming from, right? Human beings are wired for connection in different ways and, of course, in different mediums. But what I have found demeaning, disrespectful, and as a problem in this whole scenario of finding love, affection, and companionship is when the search for love causes you to compromise their dignity, confidence, or self respect. I found it very, very unentertaining. I found it very, very unwanted. I found this very, very devaluing in the way and the pattern at which they choose to start the quest for the search. I want to say this. I understand that many women feel so pressured to find love, companionship, be in marriage, or find a life partner. I understand the pressure that is on women when it comes to this particular concern. Many women face enormous pressure, either from family, from their individual cultural expectation. They found pressure definitely from social media, looking at people believing that this person is married, that person is married, this person have a relationship, that person have a relationship, but I do not have. Women are being pressured via social media. Also, age-related fear is also the reason why women are being pressured in finding a quick companionship or looking for the fast way to get a life partner. Another thing here is comparison with friends. Women always live a life of comparison when it comes to friends. When they look at their fellow women, they want to compare themselves with the person in picture, right? Maybe the person in picture already have a relationship that is going on well. They have a life partner. They are into marriage. That is where the comparison begins, not knowing what the person is going through or how the relationship is actually going even without them being in the picture. The last, but I believe which is not the least, is fear of loneliness. Women are so scared to be lonely. Everyone is scared to be lonely, of course. These are factors that pressure women to finding companionship by all means necessary. Doesn't matter how they choose to find it, but they just want to be in the arm of one man or one stranger or the other, just to call it a relationship. But not all women, because I do know that there are women that value themselves. Now, I want to say this. I understand that many women feel so pressured to find love, companionship, be in marriage, or find a life partner. I understand the pressure that is on women when it comes to this particular concern. And you know one thing, over time, this pressure that women face can turn to a matter of urgency whereby they just want to make a quick decision. They just want to get into somewhere. They just want to get off school and get into a man's house. They want to get off school and they do not want to get back to their parents' house. There is a matter of urgency and pressure on this woman's life for those that want to be pressured, not all. Because I know that there are some women that know what they want and they do not want to look at time because they want to take time to find what they want and to find who value and respect them for who they are, not by giving a 360 turn around as if they are product or services. Pressure from family, friends, and the people around you is one thing that you need to work on as a woman and should not let it take a hold of you because it's going to take you to a place that you did not bargain. You need to work on that. You need to make sure you do not allow anyone pressure you, and you need to give yourself time to make the right decision and leave everything to God's hand. Do not let anyone pressure you, not even yourself. Make sure you know what you want, and make sure you do not devalue yourself just for a companionship. One important lesson that I want you to choose from this topic today as a woman, a lady, a girl child growing up, I want you to know that your value does not increase because someone chooses you. And your value does not decrease because someone rejected you. So many people measure their worth or their self-worth through external validation. A healthy relationship, a healthy marriage comes by two people choosing themselves and not by one person presenting their worth and the other person evaluating them to determine if they are worthy to be chosen. It does not come that way. Let me take you through this. Let's look into the downside of this public matchmaking event or activities. And I do want to put up this disclaimer. This topic is not about me attacking the matchmaking platform. No. Of course, I do know that most people must have genuinely find love, relationship through those boxes. Yes. But I want you to look into what I am trying to say. I want you to look into the agenda that I'm trying to push here. I want you to understand the angle where I am coming from, the pattern at which the matchmaking boxes of some platform evaluate women is so demeaning, and I found it very, very disrespectful. And I take an exception to that because I believe that as a woman, we are more valuable. I believe as a woman, we worth more than giving a 360 degrees as if we are product or services just for a man sitting to evaluate us and take a look at us before thinking if we want to start a conversation with. I take an exception to that because it is a way to devalue a woman. It is a way to disrespect a woman, and it is a way to make a woman feel less that maybe if a man did not find you, you are a nobody. I take an exception to that. And that is why I'm having this discussion. So it is not me attacking the matchmaking platform. I want you to get that. So the potential downside of most of the public matchmaking platform and the pattern at which they do it is that one, they somehow turn women into looking like a product or services. Yes, sometimes the formats which they use are unintentionally encouraging people to focus heavily on appearance, age, income, rather than focusing on character and compatibility. Remember, relationship that is built primarily on surface level impression may overlook deeper qualities. Secondly, the downside to this public matchmaking thing is two, emotional impact of rejection. Imagine the host calling you up and you stood up, and of course, you have like five, six men on the boxes waiting to evaluate you as a product, Amazon product to be precise. And now you give a 360 degrees, right? Believing that you what every man dream, right? You know you are beautiful. You know you are classy. You know who you are. You know your what. And you give a 360 degrees. And at that point, no one find you wanting. No one found you what to talk to. No one found you attractive. And now you have to be taken down from the box. Tell me, as a woman, what will you feel? What will be in your mind? How would that affect your personality? What would that make you think? Because on or before you standing and giving a 360, you believe you what every man's dream. You believe in yourself, right? But now, when you stood up, you let them decide if you want them having you. And now you were rejected. That is going to bring your self-worth down. That is going to bring your personality down. And that is going to make you feel less of yourself. I know that, even if you don't want to agree to that. Remember, not everyone processes rejection in the same way. People processes rejection in different ways, right? Repeated rejection can create feelings of inadequate, insecurity, self-doubt, and devaluing. And especially if you as a woman have been struggling with having or building your confidence, at this point, you would lose every remaining confidence that you have standing out as a woman. The third downside to this public matchmaking is they are encouraging desperation. Yes, every woman is desperate to be in that box. Even those that are still in their early 20s that needed to focus on how to become the best version of themselves, those that are still in school, everyone is desperate to be found. Everybody wants a man. Everybody wants to become a wife. Even when they are still on the edge, they want to be in that box. Hello? Where is this world going to? What is the world turning into? I need someone to wake me up because I'm fast asleep. Listen, women, when someone becomes overly focused on being chosen, they may ignore red flags, lower their standard, tolerate unhealthy behavior from strangers who they don't know. They desire to have a healthy relationship, unrealistic expectation. And the fourth, but not the last downside to this public matchmaking kind of finding love is unrealistic expectation. Modern dating and culture often creates this illusion that the perfect person is always one swipe away. And this mindset can make a genuine commitment become very hard or harder to the people that are involved. Yes, because when you believe that you could come up on a box and find your dream man by giving a 360 and showcasing what you got, showcasing your products and services, having the backside, if possible, going as far as trying to build up your backside and the front sides just to be attractive and be wanted by the next person on that box. That puts you in a pressure, sets you on a roadmap that does not define you and make you unreal. And whosoever that found you know that he or she, whatever he got or whatever he got from that box, he has to bear it because you did not genuinely let love connect you both. Because you do not genuinely let a chemistry build between you two. You decided to find love just by mere looking at physical appearance, not considering character compatibility or some mutual connection that could happen. There have been situations whereby people found themselves by hate, just stepping into the same ride and boom, there is this chemistry that built between both of them. And they'll be like, hey, where are you from? I'm from here, you are from there. Oh, do you know I've actually been in your country? And before you know, a chemistry started building. There have been people working together, and for some reason, they never had a chemistry, but for some reason, someone made them feel jealous over someone, and then a chemistry started building. There is that thing called chemistry that most times build or becomes a platform for a relationship to start. There is that chemistry that is always between two people that always stand like a point of connection on how their relationship started. I don't know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, but there is always a chemistry. Not everyone got into a relationship having that chemistry, right? But then there are things that always happen. Maybe you found a guy where he was doing something, and for some reason, something, you know, drew their attention towards him. And now at the same time, he found you attractive just by you, maybe saying something on a particular manner that caught his attention. And before you know, you both started talking, right? Well, you don't have to showcase what you got. You don't have to give a 360. You don't have to let someone, determine your self-worth by first of all viewing you and looking and see if you're worth talking to. Come off it, women. Come off it. Let's move on. Please, women, I want to tell you this. I always want you to have this at the back of your mind. You are special. You are God's creation. You are created special and exceptional. You are a nation builder. You are the womb that carried every child that is meant to come out in this world. You are valued. You bring a lot to the table, but you need to accept that first before you let someone put you down. Know your value. Confidence is not ignorant. Knowing your worth simply means understanding that your character matters, your integrity matters, your purpose matters a lot, your peace matters. Do not rush into a relationship due to fear. Either fear of age, fear of what people will say, fear of judgment, fear of being lonely. Do not let that pressure you. Focus on becoming, not just on finding. Instead of asking, how do I find the right person? Also ask yourself this question. Am I becoming the person that I want to be? Am I becoming the best person that someone will want to find and like and love and valued? Remember, personal growth attracts healthier relationships. If you build yourself, if you know what you carry, you would always be confident and you will not have this fear of being devalued because you know what you carry and you know your worth. Women, build yourself, build your personality so you can attract the right people and the right person to yourself. Build a life you love. Remember, a relationship should complement your life, not building your life. Because whoever that you are waiting for to become your companion also need for both of you to build each other together. Even if he is already built or made, you should come in becoming someone that is valued, that come in with a value. Do not become a liability. Do not become a nobody. because that would bring the biggest disrespect that you did not see coming. The strongest relationships are often formed between two people who already have purpose, confidence, and direction. If I continue in this discussion, I bet you I would talk for a very long time because I have seen so many things that is wrong in this public matchmaking. Remember that I said it is not about to attack the matchmaking platform, but there are better ways to do things to still give women value rather than devalue them, right? Because I've seen a situation whereby a woman will come up looking natural and they will ask her, why are you looking this way? And you would see some women forgetting themselves that social media do not forget. Social media is an open space whereby anything you do on social media can go viral. And you will see a woman coming up on a social platform looking so unkept. Some wouldn't put on a bra. Some would just put on a bum short. Some would come up with a nightgown. Some would look very, very unkept. They wouldn't want to look the way they want to be addressed. They would look so unkept. I tell you, when I look at things like this, I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I carry. I know my personality. And I would not let anyone make me feel less. If you want to make me feel less, I pick up the pieces of myself that is left and I build myself back. Women, we need to do better. If you want to showcase yourself on social media, look the way you want to be addressed. Do not look unkept. Do not look so demeaning. Do not disrespect yourself even before you are being disrespected. I beg you, women, you are more than you think. Give yourself that accolade. You can. And be the best version of yourself. Be someone that another girl or a growing child or a growing girl child would want to see as a role model. Please be the best version of yourself. And I start to close by saying this. Love is beautiful. Marriage is fantastic with the right person. Companionship is absolutely beautiful. Finding love is exceptional, beautiful. But none of these things should worth you sacrificing your dignity just to make it happen. Never become so desperate for you to be choosing that you would forget your value or your self-worth. Remember, the right relationship would not require you to shrink yourself to fit into their desire. It will not require you to perform before you can be approved. And it will not also require you competing for just some basic respect that you desire or you want to have. You don't have to compete for that. Your worth as a woman existed before anyone noticed you or even before anyone found you wanting. And it will continue to exist whether someone chooses you or not. It will always be in existence. So, please, my fellow women, my fellow gender, let us stop making ourselves an audition for a connection instead of finding love in a very respectable and a very valuable manner. Remember, when you found that love, you want that man to respect you, you want that man to honor you, and you want that man to love you. So let's do better so that our children or our daughters will be able to copy and be the best version or even become more than who we are. I want to end here, but until I see you guys next time, I remain your girl, Fidelia. Remember, let's stay safe and stay out of trouble. Remember, love is a beautiful thing and do not get it twisted. Bye bye.